All right, guys, Papa Pepper. I have an exciting one tonight, and it's probably not going to be very exciting for all of you guys, but it's exciting for me for one reason. I am sitting right now in our mobile home, okay? My camera's acting up. I dropped it. But sitting in my mobile home, and the reason that this is exciting is that about 3 years ago back up in Wisconsin, my wife and I used to have a house. We had a house, I had a job. I'd work 6-7 days a week, maybe get 2 days off a month sometimes if I wanted to. Otherwise, I could get maybe 4 days off a month. And I'd be in to work about 6:30 in the morning. I was done 1:30, back home by 2. So every day I was home by 2. We had our 3 children at that point. Yeah, we had one in our living room. So we had 4 at that point. And it's pretty nice. We'd spend some time winding down as a family, reading the Bible and stuff every night, about an hour before sundown. And usually about sundown, I mean, even in the winter, we were putting the kids to bed at sundown. We'd spend a little bit of time up. Maybe I'd go to the jail for the jail ministry a bit, and then we'd be done, have the next day. But we had a house. It wasn't ours. We had some years left in the mortgage. But we had a house. But what I realized is that, say the power just happened to go out, or maybe it didn't just happen, okay? Maybe they made the power go out for 2 weeks in the middle of winter. Something like that happened. We're pretty much, you think these things are there daily, so you believe they're going to be there later, so you live a certain consistency within your life. You don't really plan for the other potentials, but potentially these things could happen. So let's say hypothetically power goes out for 2 weeks, right? I wouldn't have any money. That'll be in the bank. Couldn't heat my house. Okay? They don't have fireplaces really anymore. Don't have much food. So I pretty much have a frozen dead family. I mean, almost. Just something that's just shutting the power off. And we're looking at a lot of other things too, and even just the freedom of punching a clock for somebody else 6-7 days a week. That completely lacks the freedom of, having a house that you don't really own, which completely lacks, it lacks freedom when you're somebody's servant, somebody's slave, that type of thing. So I said, what if we do it? What if we move somewhere? What if we move somewhere warmer? We'll have less winter to deal with, a longer growing season. We'll have more variety of plants we can grow. What if we buy some land outright and get a house out of pocket? What if we get in a situation where if the power goes out for 2 weeks, we kill a goat and we light a candle and we throw a log on the fire? Then life goes on. It's not checkmate endgame. But you see, between having that vision and winding up here in this house now, this is going to be our 5th night sleeping in this mobile home. It's been like 3 years since we sold our house. It's been almost 3 years since we moved to Arkansas. In 2 more months, it'll be 3 years since we moved to Arkansas. And, we're staying with friends, staying with other people, other things. But that's a long time to be without certain things. So when I sit here now on my couch or in my chair, and I have my family gathered at the end of the night, some places we were staying, we didn't have a living room. We didn't have room just to kind of sit out like that and enjoy just a nice, family time together at the end of the day. So to be able to be in that environment, I mean, it really hit me. And then you just kind of add up the math and figure out things. Be like, that was 3 years. So sometimes to do what you feel called to do what you need to do what you want to do what you feel, led of God to do, you're going to need to make sacrifices. And it's not easy. That's why they're called sacrifices. But it can be done. And, for those of you who do not know, I'm just going to completely state it right now. When I moved down here, I only had 10 grand in my pocket. That was enough to buy our land, and that was about it. And worked my butt off at a number of jobs. Sometimes I get home at the end of the day and I'll be afraid to sit down because I didn't know if it'd work because I worked my butt off, right? Where am I going to sit? And, we made it. But I'll tell you one thing that, cryptocurrency, Steemit, played a role in that. A pretty major role. And that kind of became the ends to the mean, the means to the end. That was the path that if I hadn't taken it, I don't know what would have happened. And I've got a post coming up too about, I'm gonna call it the purge, okay? But part of it is it would have never happened for me either if when Steam crashed down to a dime, and it was down to like 7 cents. If I would have bailed, if I would have quit, and my posts were a couple cents after you spend a long time on them or you make like $1, it would have never happened. So I'm not sure why I stuck with it. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure why people liked anything I was up to ever. I mean, I guess it's kind of entertaining to see a guy grab a venomous snake or something like that. I mean, they put that on television, some places and things. But as I sit here, as I reflect on the path, as I reflect on the journey, the vision and the destination, seeing how the path played out, seeing the fact that we made it. I mean, we own our land. We own this mobile home. That's insane. Because it really doesn't happen. In the lower class, middle class, things like that. I mean, you sign up for a 30-year, death note, a mortgage, and then you hope that maybe you can pay it off by the time you're dead, right? And actually own something. I don't know. So anyway, just wanted to say, look, this is where we're at. This is what happened. For those of you who don't know, that's a little bit more of the backstory, and then also just a huge thank you to everyone because, I couldn't have done it myself. So appreciate the support, everything else, and guys, be blessed. As always, I'm Papa Pepper, and I'd like to remind you, don't post for free. If you'd like to be part of a revolution in social media, an economic power to the people where users can actually blog for cryptocurrency, then I'd recommend that you check out Steemit.com and join the revolution. Papa out.